Hello Earth, welcome to episode 19 of season 2 of Making Cell, a series of videos where I record myself designing and implementing Cell. This thing right here at github.com autocodenl/cell. I will paste the link in the description. So I'm gonna continue where I left off yesterday, which is, the last session, which was yesterday, where I'm still a bit lost trying to find my way on what I want, but we had this look here, and I think, yes, I was trying to find a way to split this text and to show this stuff. And this looks quite weird, but I like it. So of course here as I guess anyone who's trying to build something for others and for himself or herself, I am torn between expressing ideas that I will like, and also trying to anticipate what others might think that I don't. And sometimes I'm like others, sometimes I'm not. And in this case, I'm not sure if this is gonna completely scare people away or not. Honestly, I don't. So maybe what I just need to do is to try it. But at first, it has to be useful for me, right? That's for sure. So let's just try something here. Let's try to break this text. I think what we need to do is to add a width, a maximum width to these guys here. So if I go, I still have the notes from the previous episode. We need to go to client. Yes, the client. I have to say that it was impressive how much help. Oh, I forgot to open ChatGPT. Perfect. So we have it there ready. So we are gonna break this one. Where is it? It will be here. Have these divs. No, 300. We get completely ignored. And maybe we should go here in the P. Uh, Max. Okay. Overflow wrap. I like the MW, but I'm going to make it 5 here. $256. That's a perfect number here. I think the display block. But why do I need this P? Do I really need this P? Maybe I don't need it. What if I get rid of the P? Sorry. Let's give it a shot. MW5. Just to remove margin. Yeah, we don't need that, I think. And then we're gonna do this. Normal way. Okay, now we don't need that. See, well, I was just adding stuff we didn't need. So we have this. Then we just need to we don't need a width here, and maybe let's just try. That's a bit of a rebel. So let's just add this word break word. No dice, huh? It's really okay. Okay. It's an entire string, yeah. Okay, my bad. Oh, it looks horrible. If I just add this back here. Okay, but because of the max width, right? Yeah. I need to put an overflow, right? No, but that's not what I want. I don't want that behavior. I want the line to be wrapped. When it runs out of space. Yeah, it still doesn't work. I'm a bit annoyed I'm wasting so much time with this stuff. What if I remove these quotes here? Well, those quotes are not there, of course. What is this thing? Nope. Uh, right space, normal. Oh, okay, now we have it, and now what we need to do is to make it oh, okay. It's made a bit wider, right? Yeah, I'm trying to build a system that I want to use every day for all building all data systems, everything. From a little script to everything else. By the way, what is this thing here? Empty. Year. This is, what is it? City Computer Ocean. Ah, it's an empty text. So the empty text here, the element. Uh-oh, what did I break? Yes, of course. Nice, perfect. Okay, I'm making the borders a bit wider. This is about radius, I know. Somehow it works to me. Maybe I'm absolutely insane and my visual cortex is has something wrong with it. But this doesn't seem to... you know what? I'm missing some bit of padding. Let me just do this. Let me just give it what worked so it knows. I don't think I'm missing the training data. Maybe I should. So the break all we need. The other one is WS normal. I love tachyons. I love tachyons so much. I know this is not the Y one. Did it work? Maybe H4. Oh, look at that. It's a good height. This H5 just feels too big, right? And should be... Is there a max height rather than height? Not in... Okay. Yeah, we need more data here. I need to be able to look at data. This is New Zealand. So we have this. Can do it all the way to 2011, right? And we can just paste this. Oh, it's pretty cool. We can already do this. We don't have proper CSV parsing, right? Or do we? No, I didn't break it. Do we have CSV parsing already? No. Maybe we should do that, right? Yeah, let's do that now. Yeah, I think this was the one I used in a few previous projects. Thanks. What's a good low dependency count CSV parser for node? Yeah, CSV parse. Ah, no, that's one. Yeah. Yeah, let's go with the CSV parse. What's with CSV parse sync? Is it sync parsing? Now we need a sync, right? Are we being a service or what? But it's really good that we get. Sorry, was it CSV parse? Yeah. Was it that in the end? Oh yeah, this confused me. It says not CSV, but here's CSV parse. Okay, now I get it. I get it. Okay. Sure. I don't want to import anything. I want to require. I'm a require, not an importer. How can I smell that it is a CSV? So here, when we're doing this, hi, I need two things. A good name for this data, for you to tell me what format you think it is. CSV, XLS, something else. JSON of the shape. Actually, let's do it like this. Testing strangers. Well, I guess it's this. It will understand. Time goes by too soon. Let's always think. We always think. What do we call it? Response, I guess. Name. It has to be parsed here. I know I'm parsing it twice. It should be okay. You shouldn't be thinking about performance so much. Plain parse. I can give it the res format. This make the format lowercase. Actually, I guess we can do it ourselves, right? To lowercase. Yeah, I could validate that the format is a text, and same with the other, but let me just be lazy and fail. Why not? So, format. The format. If I'm formatting, if the format is JSON, maybe I should not just send 5,000, I just send the whole thing. But if I send the whole thing, is it going to be that expensive? Basically, I will be sending, let's say, 1 megabyte to the LLM. It's 100,000 tokens. And what's the cost of the model? What model am I using here? GPT-4.0 cost. So, where's the other ones? So for 1 million tokens it's 250. So what's the price per token? I guess I should do like how many tokens in a megabyte. So yeah, it will be 25 cents for a megabyte. No, that's definitely expensive. I don't want that. So we do need to keep on sampling. It has to basically smell it. Only giving you the first 5K of the data. Nice, okay. This was for tables. If format equals CSV, you know what? Maybe we'll do the sync one. Ah, right? Do we have a sync here? It was right, as usual. Parse. Parse the text. Columns. What's columns true? What is columns? True. Oh yeah, definitely. That's exactly what we want. Okay, 5,000. What did I break? Yeah. Of course. CSV parse. Let's put the other libraries here. Let's do npm install like it was 2014. No matching version. 560. Is it the sync? No. No. It's CSV parse, silly. Again. All right. Let me delete the data there that I don't like. Which one is it? Yes, see the computer edition. What's going on here? Agriculture. Am I on the right one? Yeah, it didn't update. That's weird. Look at that beauty. Yeah. And that is gone. And I refresh and it's not there anymore. And now, for the good part, let's just do, I don't know, 5,000 lines. No. There. Okay, it didn't give us that. Ah, because it just gives you this click, click, click. Yeah, I'd say. Okay, let's just fix that. We'll just take this. Yes. I'm not sure about those names, but let's try it again. Okay, now what? To lowercase. See, that's what we need to do validations here. Name and format. Parsed format. Yep, sorry. Error. All right, now I think it will work. And now? Look at that, it worked. There's a few things I don't like about this. Like, why is it sometimes getting pushed here? Here it gets pushed, for example. It probably has to do with paddings, right? Why does sometimes some cells get squished when there's more to the right? How can the rightmost cells not affect the leftmost ones? It's pretty crazy we can do stuff like this, huh? It has to be flexible width. Maybe I don't need flex. Can I just have float left and then clear when I'm done with the line? No, let's just stop that. By the way, it's working, the parsing, the CSV parsing is working, I just went to the next thing. But yeah, this was annoying me because I want to see how it looks like. Can I look at data like this? It's a question. It's a real question. And of course, it gets flooded, so I need to basically shrink it. That's the microphone, which I'm going to use to record next sessions. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I will integrate the microphone soon in my setup. For now, let's just stay with the internal mic because we were into something here. Disclose stuff we don't need. We can just copy this stuff here. Some stuff there. Client server cell, we don't need to open it. It's really pretty solid for now. Also this readme we don't need. So now we're organizing this flex. So the div why that overflow hidden on the container, and which one is the row? This is interesting. Why is it cleaner and avoids bugs? I'm genuinely interested, huh? Ah, yeah. For those of you who are probably in your 30s or 40s, this makes perfect sense. The clear fix, no stray, clear fix divs. I just want to mess around with them a little bit. Were you also doing jQuery programming back in 2009? Nice. Okay, didn't pick up the bait there. So this div those nuances. Going back to this. Was it that one? What are the tachyons classes? Oh, beautiful. CF FL. Now is this gonna work? Oh my god, that's tough. Wait, it did work. Why did it take so long? Ah, because it was loading, right? Why does it take so long to load? Is it that much data? Nah. It's 2 megabytes. I guess it's parsing 2 megabytes and it's taking quite a bit. It's probably the parsing that does it. Interesting. Ah, no, it's not the parsing. It's that I'm putting a ton of DOM elements there. Okay, now I get it. 2 megabytes. That's something. But look, we solved the problem we had before. It doesn't get pushed anymore. Ah, look at this. Okay, now now I have the problem that the rightmost ones sometimes don't fit and are pushed down. I need them to go right. So the no wrap was necessary, so yeah. Okay. works, I think. No, it doesn't work. Why not? What if I define a maximum height? But I thought I did. Wait, maybe I can do it like that. I'm trying to do too many things at the same time as usual. It's not the server, I think. Didn't work. Okay. I have this. I don't think I need this anymore. Or do I? Actually, let's remove it later. So and then let's look at the classes here. So the float left is gone. It's basically replaced by div. BTBL, BR3, that's all the same thing. On the container, the tachyons classes for the container, and whatever cannot go there, give me a style. Why no wrap is not in a class? So it was a total mistake to put it there. Well, it just basically didn't do anything. Okay. Interesting. Did it work? Yes, it worked. Right? Ah, but you scroll on an individual basis rather than the whole thing. Not sure if I want that. For example, if I open another one, oh man, this is taking forever. What's going on here? $142 in the client is wrong. It's a completely different bug that's going on here. Honestly, don't want to do it with this right now, but I think I have to. Yeah, when we're doing this entry here in the dialog, was it recursive valid? Or V? Yeah, sure. It has no at. There's no at entry. It's like when did I break this? This is interesting. Ah, because it's an old format for the dialog, right? Yeah. If I go to something new, it's from to, yeah. Yeah, it's an old format for the dialog. That's why it's broken. This is quite pretty, honestly, yeah? I could work with this data viewing instead of view. I like this. Okay, back to where we were. I need something with less rows with C2 Computer Ocean. Otherwise it takes forever. Okay. But we fixed the issue, right? Thing is, we had to select. How do I scroll here? I can't. Let's do this. Height. Thanks. It almost works. How do I do height in tachyons, and how do I make the overall thing X scrollable? H100. So I want them all to have the same height. First of all, do we need this? No. And do we need this? No, we don't. Really? Just, yes, of course we need that. Because the and now where was it? H100. Let's just make it okay, let's just make it like that. And now let me just add something else here. And something else that is very, 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 very long. Interesting. I think that height thing, I should do something like if max length so what's more or less how many characters we have per line here? No, just this. 50, roughly 50 per line. So basically, so we can do something like if max length height is basically length divided by 50 math. Because the maximum would be what, 5 lines, let's say 7. So plus 1. Yeah, that looks good. Why is it so long? 8. How can this be 8 if it's just it's 85, should be 2. What's going on here? Am I going crazy here? Wait, what's length? So I'm just using a blur of... It's not even throwing. Why is it not throwing? Ah, because I was defining it here, of course. 207 rem. This, I want to get rid of this thing. That's not what I want. if max length so it's just 3 cases. Why is it 8 there? It's just it's a minimum, silly. Sorry about that. This will make the maximum 9. No, why the minimum? Yeah, of course, the minimum. Was it 2 if I did a +1 here? Let's just do here. Is rem equivalent to a line of text? Yeah. I think this is good enough for now. Okay. So the overflow is in particular. I wonder if that's going to be annoying or not. But I think I can work with this, right? No, let's try to make the overflow general. There's no reason. Thanks. I need the overall overflow, not just that of the rows, to also scroll me the long lines. Okay, and now what if I remove the overflow from here? Yes, that was it. Oh, we have it. Look at how easy this is. I could build this in a weekend. Yeah, go for it. I am starting to get happy with this, huh? Look at this. And we know it starts here. This white silver contrast is like democracy. It's like terrible except for everything else. That is even worse. I like this. I could work with this. Now I wonder if I'm going to throw up all over my keyboard when I see code here. Why don't we find out? I think this is a very good spot to commit, though. Thank you to the New Zealand Department of Statistics for giving us the data here. Yes, this is actually a nice data set to work with. Yes, we need to get rid of that clog. Let's not clog the works. All those beautiful changes. We have the CSV. Yes. Yeah, stuff I was doing before. Improved data grid. Am I going to call it the data grid? Yeah, why not? For now, at least. Yeah, data grid. Yeah, speed parsing. And we push. So it's there. It's published already. So now what? Now what? Indeed. We could put some code from the treatise. Like one hairy example with the conditionals on the spoon and all that stuff. Or is it oven? Yeah, this one, for example. Technically, this is valid for data, so I could just do something like this. Let's just make a new one for luck. Apple School Computer. Let's go with Apple School Computer. And say... How am I gonna do this? Oof. Why is it doing that? What is going on? My text editor is behaving very weirdly. I'm pasting for data. I don't know why it's doing this. It's annoying me quite a bit though. Do I actually have to open another text editor? Okay, this is embarrassing, but well. How do I save here? Command O. Is it this one? I'm gonna call it cake. Where is cake? Okay, it's nowhere. Ah, it's I think cake. Yeah, there. We're gonna move this to dogs. No, cells, apple. But this is not nice. However, bring it on. Look at that. This is how code is gonna look. Are we ready for this? And look at some interesting stuff. The arrow going to the top. First of all, it got parsed. That's good. We have an error here in today's cake. But why 1? Because it's step 1. It's the mixture gets this error. And then okay, that's good. Then I'm mixing chocolate with this. 1 people. Mix should have 3 components, not 15. That doesn't make sense. Why? So perhaps it wasn't parsed properly at all. I'm not sure if we're ready for code yet. We should be soon, but not yet. 1 should go all the way to 200 grams of chocolate. Why are these? Let me try something here. Let's just do same amount of characters and then replace all the dots with actual numbers. What am I doing? 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. No, it still doesn't do it well. So it's not the fault of the dedotter. Wait, this looks fine. Yeah, this looks fine. Never mind. So this is how the code is gonna look like. Okay, we'll leave it here. See you next time. Thank you for watching. Never mind. I have more time. Let's instead of making another episode, I'm just gonna make a super long episode today. Why not? So where were we? Yeah, we're here. So we have an issue with the dotting function or dotting. I cannot even remember. But before we get into that, I kind of fixed it. Well, I fixed the text. I removed the dots, changed the dots by numbers, which I shouldn't do, but I had to. And this is how code looks. So actually, I want to spend some time doing this, looking at this. Is this something I could understand? It's quite interesting to see every token separated by these faint circular lines. I wonder if it's going to drive people to madness, or myself to madness. Maybe it's really wishful thinking, but I feel I can work with this. I could work with this. And look at how the lines don't align unless they have to align. This is very important, I think. So your visual cortex is already, sorry about that, it's like firing in a good way. It's like I feel engaged by this. It's textual, but it's not just textual. Also, notice that magical. Sorry, I'm cleaning up this stuff. Notice the magical feature of not having to pretty print anything here. There's no choice, it just comes to us how it is. There's only one way to look at this data grid. Now let me try something, huh? There's no opacity 0, okay, 010. What about this? Even better, right? It's almost like a phantom thing. Yeah, this is wrong, I need to fix it, but this is how it would look like. I can work with this. It would be silver, like not silver, just... What about that? What's going on with my editor here? Weird stuff. Like that. Which one looks better? This one that has basically the same color, or let's do this one. I think this is less distracting instead of another color. Just less opacity, yeah, that's simpler. Has to be 10 perhaps? It's too subtle, that looks like a burned monitor. That is good. I mean, unless how would it look for data? Not bad. Not bad at all. This is actually really nice. I'm starting to like all of it. The curves, the variable width, but of course when it's the same stuff, it's aligned, which is what you want, or at least what I want. Nice. Okay, let's go back to the code and the dot. But I'm thinking about this thing that I put here. Show top key levels, top level key separately. I'm not sure about that. I want to show everything. I want to show everything or not. I need to make queries at some point, right? I want to look at a certain stuff. So there could be just a single filter here that would show me stuff. I want to minimize scrolling, and eventually I want to manage it with the keyboard. But that basically means some stuff has to be compacted. I need to be able to expand on it, right? So I can just show how many rows and expand on it. So we could do, let's just discuss our options here. I'm not sure about this show topology separately. We need something better. And also this, there's an equal show the straight. Ah, yeah, so basically here, if there's an equal, just hide this, hide the expansion and show it. No, for now, this is too soon. We do need to fix the daughter. We're gonna do this, and then let's just look at the options. Okay, let's fix the daughter, and then we're going to look at the hide, show more, and then we need to do this client-side quick search, because otherwise it's gonna add the top. This data, yeah, we'll do it later. By later, I mean a following episode. So, the daughter. Okay, let's just see what's the issue here. Because we have to open seller.js. I thought we were done with it for now, but then we're not. It's okay. The bug is a happy occasion. It shows us a way to improve our core logic, especially here, right? This is the actual code, the dedotter. So what's going on in the dedotter when I run that? That's what I want to understand. Wait, am I even running the dedotter when I parse? Yeah. Yeah, of course I'm running it. Let's start by trying to replicate this thing as small as it can be. What if I do this? No, that works, right? Ah, because it has the numbers and I'm doing the wrong. Wait, no. This has the dots. No, this is correct. The 1 and 2. Yeah, because I replaced them. I know, because I didn't replace them. They already had dots. So if I do this, yeah, it's all wrong. So let me just delete this and see if it's still wrong. Yeah, it's still wrong. Nice. Wait, this is wrong. Mix. Yeah, I think this is just wrong. Let me just store this somewhere else. I love how I can just copy and paste lines and put them like this, and it just works. That's beautiful. That's giving me like a Redis vibe. Okay, so let's just do a console log here. Okay, these are the paths. These are the paths it receives. Let's maybe do it here. Yeah, make cake. Today's cake for 8, yes. Yeah, it puts first the colon. Yeah. Yeah, the dots are received properly. That's not an issue. So the issue is the logic. So if there's not a dot, it just I think we replace it in the paths, right? Yeah. But it's properly parsed, right? Yeah. Yeah, the problem is that the number for this one, for this equal, is not considered. This should be 1 also, right? Yeah, it should be 1. Add chocolate. That's the issue, right? Yeah. Let me simplify it further. There it worked. So it's like when I have there it also works. No, there it breaks again, but not here on the left. It breaks on the right. No, sorry, it's breaking. It should be 1, of course, right? Yeah. Okay, can I simplify this further? No, that works fine. Uh-oh. The console is a bit funky today, apparently. What's going on here? Let's try to remove the more stuff here. Okay, this is really starting to get annoying. Let's just close this console and open a new one. But if I do something like foo, this will of course work because we tested this stuff. And if I just do something like a, okay, we are finding a simpler way to replicate the issue here. I think this is a minimal reproduction. This should be 1. If I remove foo, yeah, this also breaks. Okay, I think this is a minimal one. Why is this? Wait, what am I writing? Ah, yeah, there's no space here. Sorry, there's no dot. It's okay. Why is it putting a dot there? That's the question. It's text to paths that's doing this, right? Yeah, where in text to paths are we putting? We're putting a dot because we're repeating what comes from before. But if there's a... Oh, that's a subtle point with the indentations. Oof, that's a subtle point. Nice, 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 nice. Match up 2. Yeah, I know how to fix this. If we need to return, what do we need to return to represent? We first need to figure out what we need to return, otherwise we cannot do anything. Where's the dots? Look at that, I never tested dots here in this function. Of course. So the input is, that was a great test case, I like it. This is how to make it as simple as possible. It's a combination of the dot and the indentation that is a bit killer. Dot A, and then space, I'm gonna radically change the music, I think. This is great. Yeah, this one. Yeah, let's just do the entire album. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Dot, what was it, actually, let me just simplify this for a sec. If I just did this, it would still work. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's like really wrong. I know, it's fine. This one is okay because it's the other one's a 2. Okay, this is a minimal reproduction. Actually, that could be thing. Yeah, this is a bit more readable, I think. Full bar. No dot. Yep. Is it? Yes. And what do I expect? I expect it to be dots full bar and then a space. I need something special, let's say. So if you're in the same line as a dot and I put a space, that's gonna have a special a special meaning. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, the space. So let's read what we wrote a few episodes ago when we were doing last path slice. What? We have a mess here. Yeah, we haven't kept the indent size, keep on going. Yeah, this is just this goes away. Yeah. However, a subtle point, if we have dots in the previous path, we don't want to copy that. What we want to copy is because we want, because if we add a dot, the dedotter function will understand this to be a new element of a list rather than belonging to the existing one. For that reason, if this element is a space element, is if the matching element of the previous path is a space. Yeah, but how are we going to because I don't want it to be, someone who's a bit crazy might want to put literal spaces as keys. So that's the problem. How can I show it shouldn't be a text or a number unless I have an escaping convention or go up all the way and find a dot, because it could be not just the first one, it could be the second one, right? Like, let's actually make it a bit more involved. what should it be? Sub cool. Okay, let's back to the beginning. So if it cannot be space, what can it be? I guess I can bridge all my principles and do something like this. And use null one last time. I never like null. But I don't want to add the space and have a conditional, because then what would be the logic for checking before? I'll have to check that the last path is either a dot or a space, but it could be a space and still not be in lieu of a dot. I have to go before, and I'll have to be matching. I need to basically take the dedotter logic forward. Sorry, backwards. Discontinuing stuff, and I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm going to use no, and if this is a bad idea, I'll find out soon. But how I cannot go around this problem, because how am I going to know if the previous one, yeah, because it's no, of course. If it's no, it's no, and if it's a dot, it's also no. Sure, let's do this. To mark this copies, this these spaces, these indentations that stand for belonging to the same dotted element of a list, we use no. We cover our noses and use no. So this would be so text to path now returns something that is yeah, we still pass it through the dedotter, so we should be okay. Yeah, let's just write the code. If it's a dot, but how do I know that it's a literal dot or not? Ooh, that's a tricky one. Literal dots. Well, you could, I guess you would distinguish it if it was two of them versus one. I think I'm gonna play dumb here and don't think about that test case. Maybe we can just make a little section at the end. To do parsing issues I am playing dumb about. Multi-line text in the middle of paths. But then indented one below that's indented up or further than the position of the multi-line text in the previous. These are devious test cases, and this one is like dots, literal dots in hashes, distinguishing. Well, we can do this. We can still keep on going. Auto cookies is from autocode, yeah. Never mind. Let's not get too distracted. The test case should be at the right, dummy. And then if this is a dot, you can just do return B is a dot, no, or B. And if B is no, you also return no, so we're fine. Note that in the above loop, if there were already a previous no, we will also wait, how this is gonna work? Because I'm running this oh, I have this function that gives me the, is it an escaper? What is it? No, this just matches the spaces. No, I think it will work without that. Sub occur. Is it wrong, the test case? Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah, the unparsed element. Well, I just need to take the nose. I just need to return a space. Okay, it worked. But wait, how can we be no? I forgot to mention that when because we allow dots as placeholders of the keys of lists, we need to account for when there's indentation below these dotted placeholders. The only unambiguous way I found to do this, see cell text to paths below, is using no. In these cases, no will be a single space. Therefore, in this function, return a single space. Moving on. Did we fix this now? Boom! Look at that. What's going on? Yeah, now I have nulls. texts to, and where is it? Yeah, this one, at path data space. Same here. I'm just being silly here. Yeah, it's this one. Well, we have the nulls here, and what do I need to do with the nulls? Yeah, the path to text, of course, needs to take this into account. Silly, of course. So we have, this is our expected. What? It works already. Ah, yes, it's working because the path to text, it just takes the unparser, right? It's a much simpler function. Unparse element. Yeah, that's it. And the no always comes if the previous is no. Yeah. So then why is this failing? Ah, because it's in the data grid. I'm doing something stupid in the data grid. Good to know. Because what am I passing to the data grid? The paths. Okay, sure. What do I do with the paths? Why am I need to send them dedotted, right? No. The internal representation is internal representation. But no, I run the dedotter through this, so I'm sending it to raw, I think, here, right? It should be... Yeah, I should not have any nulls here. Why am I having any nulls here? That's just being... paths to text. Yeah, I cannot just send paths to text. I need to send something sorted and everything. Don't tell me I'm sorting it here. Well, the paths are sorted. Paths to text. No, wait. Was I sending? I forgot. What am I sending here? Do I even have an endpoint for sending something? How do I get the stuff from the server? I completely forgot. I make a post and I do a add, and I just get a response in okay. So I get a response. So I need to run the daughter and the sorter, right? Well, things are already sorted there. yeah. So sorter cell dedotter like this. Okay, doesn't matter. Why? Why doesn't matter? Come on. Because I'm gonna run this. Wait, no, dedotter. Because the dedotter has to take into account the nose. My God, of course, right? Wow, of course. How was I expecting this to work? Because, yeah, I don't know. I just lost it there. As usual. Okay, so what was the test case? It's right there. Palace of the Bride. A real one. Well, that's one. Yep. No. One sub aku. Yep. Yo. And now it's gonna fail miserably as it should. And now I can actually write the thing. Did I comment the editor? No, I didn't comment it. Commented it. I did not comment it. Did not comment it. All right, that's the problem when you do 2 sessions back to back in one day. If it's a dot, return. If it's not a dot, return. Or if it's not, no. Yeah, but this one, is it really gonna work with nulls? I take the last path. If last path is undefined, I'm not continuing anything. So I slice up to K2. And then I replace. This should work. Why not? And okay, now we're getting there. Okay, get the paths. If there's a null, no, I need to treat null differently, of course. That's k2 equals this as path k. I don't need that. I should have done this. Paths k minus 1 because it will not be null, otherwise it wouldn't parse and be done. Yeah, just return the previous one. So dedotting is important. Honestly, you know what? I think paths to text should do this stuff. Text to path, sorry. Yep. Had to be done, and I did it. Yeah. Dedotter can return an error? No. And sorter, can it return an error? No. So the validator can return an error. So I can just remove this line. And here, I don't need to do any of this stuff. I can just return this. Wait. No, it just comes like that, right? What's wrong now? Ah, the sorting, right? Full bar, yep. The thing is, how am I going to unit test this if I do everything at once? Maybe I don't have to unit test this at all, right? No, I think it's because it's a total gotcha to say, oh, you have to run the dedotter and the sorter. No, it's just, yeah, I would rather lose that. And let's actually be even subtle about this. Yes, it also changes the order. Has a sorter built in. Interesting that all of my examples were sorted. I guess they were just one stuff, usually one thing. Well, it is. So the daughter is only called here, and sorter also. And JS2 paths, no, also there. Makes sense. Yeah, and also there. Okay. And then the client is no longer failing and it's working. That was a nice test case there. So now, what was it? I put it here, right? Yeah. This is only the numbers. I want to replace this with dots. Actually, why don't we do this? Do I want this 1 and 2 there? Yeah, I do want it. I would write it. Ah, it works. And how does it look? It looks interesting. I like the result at the top. It's like, give me the conclusion. It's like the abstract of the paper. And then we call add people gives an 8. You multiply 1 and like this 8 basically, and the 25, and get the 200 of chocolate, and it gives you 200 grams of chocolate. And then gives why is he so short? I had the console open, I think. I think we can work with this. It's one of the hardest examples. I think this is more readable than JavaScript. Honestly. Because you have the results. I have the little. This is a good moment to stop. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Now for real.